I want to call on President Trump. What is at stake is not just genocide against Nigerian Christians. He should come and save democracy in Nigeria. Democracy is under threat. I'm calling on all other developed nations, all advanced democracies, come and save Nigeria. Come and save democracy. Because I cannot understand how a serving minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria will be leading talks, armed talks, and then with the active connivance or support of the police to come and create mayhem here. I have said it, we are willing to lay down our lives to protect our office, to protect our democracy, to protect our mandate. So Nigerians, you are watching what is happening. International community, you are seeing the threat that Nigerian democracy is. Come and save us. Come and save us.
In moments of political tension, public statements often reveal deeper layers of meaning that go far beyond the surface-level call to action, and the commentary surrounding Nigeria's democratic landscape is a powerful example of how political communication can attempt to capture both national and international attention. When evaluating the remarks in which a spokesperson from the opposition People's Democratic Party calls on President Donald J. Trump to intervene, insisting that not only Christians but democracy is under threat in Nigeria, it becomes essential to examine both the context and the strategic dynamics shaping such an appeal. As you listen, remember to stay engaged with the narrative, and feel free to subscribe or comment with your own objective perspective about how international diplomacy interacts with domestic political tensions. The appeal to an American president, particularly one known for his assertive foreign policy and his global media influence, signals a rhetorical strategy aimed at elevating Nigeria's internal political concerns onto the world stage. By invoking Trump directly, the speaker leverages global political visibility, projecting the message that the situation transcends local grievances and enters the realm of a broader democratic concern, something many viewers might find worth sharing to help raise political awareness. This type of rhetoric frames the issue not simply as a local struggle for political fairness but as a matter of international governance norms, thereby inviting foreign scrutiny. When the speaker mentions that what is at stake is not just genocide against Nigerian Christians, the wording shifts from a solely identity-based appeal to a more structural assertion about democratic deterioration. It conveys a perception that the issues extend beyond religious identity and into the foundations of state integrity. Such framing is strategic because discussions around democracy resonate widely across global audiences and often avoid the more sensitive or polarizing implications of religiously framed claims. For platforms like YouTube, where content moderation protects against inciting rhetoric, this approach fits within guidelines by focusing on institutional concerns rather than inflammatory language. As you continue listening, consider adding your thoughts in the comments, as analytical engagement helps broaden the conversation. The repeated call to come and save democracy invites a deeper reading of how political actors deploy international actors as symbolic guardians. This type of appeal is not uncommon in political messaging across various countries. Political groups often use international references to critique internal governance. It serves two functions. First, it dramatizes the situation by suggesting that domestic solutions are insufficient, and second, it pressures local authorities by implying that the global community is watching. Such language, while emotionally charged, must be examined within an objective frame. Political opposition groups often amplify narratives to strengthen their legitimacy, mobilize supporters, and influence public perception. Encouraging you to share this analysis if you find it insightful helps spread a more nuanced understanding of political communication and its multifaceted implications. The speakers claim that a serving minister of the Republic of Nigeria allegedly leads armed thugs with the active connivance of the police represents a deeply serious accusation. From an analytical standpoint, it is important to recognize the distinction between claims made during political disputes and verifiable evidence. Political actors may use such allegations strategically to draw attention to issues of security force neutrality, rule of law, or administrative conduct. Regardless of whether the claims are ultimately substantiated, the impact on public trust can be considerable, which is why such statements are often amplified in moments of political contestation. Viewers analyzing these remarks must consider the broader political climate, electoral competition, and any underlying grievances that may motivate such allegations. If you are following this breakdown closely, consider subscribing to stay updated on future analytical commentaries that help unpack complex political communication in accessible terms. The phrase, "we are willing to lay down our lives to protect our office," to protect our democracy, to protect our mandate, introduces a heightened emotional dimension into the narrative. Such rhetoric is historically common in political movements seeking to demonstrate unwavering commitment or signal moral legitimacy. Yet, it is essential to analyze such statements objectively, acknowledging that while they convey intensity, they also raise questions about political strategy and the balance between emotive appeal and responsible communication. Political speech often invokes sacrifice to inspire supporters, emphasizing a sense of duty or urgency, and these words appear intended to galvanize public sympathy or commitment. Whether the situation truly necessitates such extremity is a matter for careful, fact-based investigation, as emotion-driven language can sometimes overshadow the practical pathways needed to resolve political disagreements. Feel free to comment your thoughts about how political actors use emotional intensity to mobilize supporters, as your engagement enriches ongoing public discourse. When the spokesperson says, "Nigerians, you are watching what is happening," it reflects an appeal to collective awareness, reinforcing the idea that civic vigilance is essential during politically turbulent moments. This framing positions the public as both witnesses and potential actors in shaping democratic outcomes. It functions as a subtle reminder to citizens that political legitimacy, in democratic systems, ultimately rests with the people. At the same time, the appeal to the international community introduces a dual audience approach, blending domestic mobilization with external validation. This duality is often used in political messaging to create a sense of global accountability. It suggests that the situation is not only a national issue but one that reflects on Nigeria's standing in the world. This approach is rhetorically potent, and sharing such an analysis can help others understand the layers behind public statements that might initially seem straightforward. Furthermore, the invocation, "Come and save us," reinforces a narrative of urgency and external dependency. Analysts must approach such phrases with caution, as they can simultaneously reflect genuine fear and strategic messaging. While it is important to acknowledge the concerns of political actors, it is equally crucial to consider the implications of framing local political issues as requiring foreign intervention. Such framing can contribute to narratives of political vulnerability, potentially affecting national morale or international perception. A balanced analysis must therefore contextualize these remarks within Nigeria's complex political landscape, which has historically included cycles of democratic progress, institutional challenges, and debates over electoral integrity. If this kind of balanced commentary resonates with you, consider sharing the video or analysis to help promote informed discussion. The broader implications of these statements highlight how political commentary in Nigeria often intersects with global narratives, especially when issues of governance, rights, or perceived electoral tensions emerge. Political actors may use media platforms intentionally to shape public opinion, influence foreign allies, or frame political events through a lens that strengthens their position. The reference to democratic threats is particularly significant, as it taps into international concerns about democratic backsliding, a topic that has gained increasing global attention. By presenting the issue not merely as a partisan dispute but as a matter affecting the future of democratic systems, the speaker elevates the stakes of the dialogue. You can support ongoing discussions like this by subscribing to ensure that analyses based on verifiable reasoning continue to reach wider audiences without distortion or sensationalism. The narrative also calls attention to how political messaging circulates rapidly in today's digital communication environment. Statements made in moments of confrontation or perceived crisis can spread throughout social media, creating waves of interpretation, debate, and polarization. For viewers, cultivating a mindset of critical evaluation becomes essential, ensuring that political narratives are not absorbed uncritically but are assessed with attention to context, motivations, and available evidence. Political communication is never neutral, it is always shaped by the goals of the speaker. Understanding this helps prevent the spread of misinformation and encourages more responsible civic engagement. If you find value in this level of analytical detail, feel free to comment or share your reflections, as viewer engagement plays an important role in sustaining informed public conversations.